Alright, what is up guys, welcome back to another video. As we can see here, we are taking a quick look at Verasity today, and as we can see, looking like we are still having a little bit of a retracement to the downside. Obviously we've had quite a significant pump for Verasity recently, as I've been mentioning a lot. You can obviously see that massive hockey stick formation here, coiling up into a bit of a flag formation, continuation here, and then obviously you can see we've got a bit of a breakout of this secondary coiling motion here. A breakout, and now looking like we're getting a little bit of a retracement back to the downside. You can obviously see massive amounts of volume came in for Verasity going into the new year, which obviously sparked this huge breakout of all these resistances that we can see here. Obviously I drew the Fibonacci from the high of the previous bull market down to this current low that we are seeing here. We've got the breakout of the bear market resistance we talked about a lot here, and you can see it coming up here, smashed through the 023, which coincided with that bear market resistance very nicely. We came up to that previous key area of support and resistance that I marked with this orange line here. You can see it was a previous support here, flipped into resistance. We came up to here, resistance again, smashed through it, and now looking like we are kind of starting to get a slowdown in momentum a little bit. Got some red days, a few red days in a row for the past few days. Looking like we're coming back down and consolidating from what we can tell. If I just zoom in here a bit so you can see what's going on. We kind of had this coiling motion here, didn't we, like this. We've got the breakout, a little bit of continuation, another coiling motion like this, and then obviously a breakout, a back test, and now looking like we're heading down that current previous level of resistance, holding it as support right now and getting a little bit of a retracement back down to some of these key levels. As I said, the Fibonacci levels are what I am looking to trade and target in terms of where I'm looking at key levels for now for most cryptos at the minute, because they are holding a lot of credence, and I do think they are going to have a big role to play going into the future. Basically, you can see here we are heading back down towards the 0.38 Fibonacci here at around, what is this, 4/5 of a cent, 0.008, 0.009 nearly. We're currently floating in and around that 1 cent level, aren't we, for Verasity? Obviously that's a key level, but looking like it is acting as a little bit of resistance at the minute. You can see here, this is where we got that rejection at that 1 cent level. You can see the wicks, obviously we come back down underneath there. We came back inside of it, grabbed a bit of liquidity, and now looking like maybe we're having another retracement down below that level there, which is that 1 cent level. Obviously a big psychological resistance for Verasity as well. So really now looking like we are retracing back down, probably on the daily time frame here. We've got the 20 EMA obviously sitting at around that 0.38 Fibonacci, which would be an area where we'd enter our first long position in, and I do think this is going to be an area we'll probably see a little bit of a bounce. I wouldn't have my stop loss too tight because I am looking to add, you know, a long position, compound a long position for Verasity here, and I do think we could probably see a deeper retracement back into this area, maybe even all the way down to that 0.23 area here, depending on how much we do get ourselves, you know, continuing to the downside. So I'm going to add a long position here, only just a small one for Verasity, and I will scale in depending on how far down we do retrace. I do think we are going to retrace quite, you know, fairly soon in my opinion, just because you can see this big bearish divergence that is coming in here, and we do look like we are running out of steam in terms of volume as well. We'll probably start trickling to the downside like this. So on this 0.38 Fibonacci, I'll add a small long position here with a stop loss that's going to be, you know, it's going to be really far down here. To be honest, I'm not going to have a stop loss. I'm just going to play this by ear. Obviously, we've had a really kind of parabolic move, so I am expecting a retrace at least down to this previous key area of support and resistance here. Maybe even back down to that 0.23 Fibonacci. That would be a good place to enter a long position as well. So really, I'm going to start scaling in to a long position as we do continue to retrace, depending on how far down we do get. As you can see, I'll be looking at doing something like this. On every key level, I'll be adding a little bit more to a long position like so. And then depending on where we get the bounce, I will have a long position for that continuation to the upside, which I do think will probably happen fairly soon. I've also got a short position idea here as well on the 0.50 Fibonacci. If we do reach this on an overextension into the bearish divergence, if we get like an overextension like this, I think that would be a key level where we would see some resistance, probably a rejection to the downside, and I'd probably take some profits back into that area of structure if we did see something like this. So that is it for today, guys. That is my analysis for Verasity. Thank you very much for your support on the channel recently. I really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure, if you want to support the channel, to join as a member for the channel. You'll get some benefits there as well. It really helps the channel out and helps me continue doing this. And I'll see you in the next video.